they attacked us.
20 years.
The fires ultimately in the rubble pile were not put out fully until Christmas of that year. And so there was dust, debris, and a lot of unknowns at that point in time.
7,305 days.
Sends chills through your spine.
Feels like yesterday.
It was actually surreal as you were approaching it.
It is the totality, the magnitude of it all that still stays with Michael Gomes.
There was, 22 acres of utter destruction. You basically had 2 buildings. Each floor of the building was approximately an acre, 110 stories high. So we were looking at 220 acres of concrete. We never saw a piece of concrete larger than a grain of sand.
It is the inexplicable that still stays with James Hill.
We turned the corner and there was a airplane jet engine lying on the sidewalk.
And it is the color, 20 years later, still sitting in the back of Jerry Junta's mind.
Everything started to become monochromatic gray. Everything was the same color, and as we got further in, it got deeper, almost like snow. Kind of take a deep swallow knowing that what you're going into and what you're faced with.
These 3 men were among the first to arrive in New York City mere hours after the country was shaken to its core.
When we were coming into New York, there was a big sign lit up, and it sent chills through my spine. It said, "New York City closed."
As members of the Massachusetts Task Force 1, they'd responded to plenty of disasters over the years. But as they barreled toward New York City in old military vehicles with no FM radios or cell phones, no one had any idea what to expect.
I didn't think we were ever going to be able to find anyone alive.
As the days passed, more and more families showed up looking for loved ones. It was hard.
You'd hear people say, "Have you seen," and then mention a name and show a picture, and it was really disheartening to know that you couldn't really help them, knowing what we've seen inside.
The years have not been kind to those who were on the ground in those dark days and weeks after the towers fell.
I think I have had some sinus issues since.
Some 4,000 first responders have died in the last 2 decades from illnesses related to 9/11. 2 of them were from this team.
One of those individuals, I went to his retirement party, and 6 to 8 months later, I was going to his funeral.
Out of 72 people, we've lost 2.
What's that like?
It's something that's always in the back of your mind. Those aren't great odds.
This unit is moving forward, though, responding to new disasters as they unfold nationwide, using lessons learned from 9/11. But like the memorials now standing as reminders, the men and women of this task force are using this 20-year anniversary to reflect.
Can you believe it's been 20 years?
No, it doesn't seem like it's 20 years.
An anniversary they never asked for, on a day they can't forget.
This is the Pearl Harbor of our generation.
It's always going to be with me.
In Beverly, Massachusetts, I'm Chris Conti.